you stop seeking validation, you stop being a puppet. You stop living your life to meet the expectations of others. Instead, you start living in alignment with your own values, your own dreams, your own truth. That's where real freedom begins. But make no mistake, letting go of validation isn't easy. It takes courage to say, I don't need your approval. It takes strength to stand in front of someone and let their judgment roll off you like water off a duck's back. But the alternative is worse. Living for others is not living, it's surviving. And you're here to do more than just survive. When you stop seeking validation, you also stop being controlled. Narcissists, manipulators, and toxic people thrive on your need for approval. They use it to keep you small, to keep you under their thumb. But when you take that power back, they lose their grip. Suddenly, they can't manipulate you because you've removed the one thing they rely on, your need to please. Well, I don't waste time reading the rest of this. What I want you to do, does this mean you stop caring what people think altogether? No. It means you become selective. You listen to the voices that matter. Mentors, trusted friends, people who love you for who you are, not for what you do, and you ignore the noise. Here's the truth. The people who truly care about you don't need you to prove anything. They already see your value. And the people who make you feel like you're never enough, they're projecting their own insecurities onto you. That's not your burden to carry. When you stop seeking validation, you start validating yourself. You look in the mirror and say, I am enough, just as I am. You celebrate your own wins, no matter how small. You learn to give yourself the praise, the recognition, the love you've been waiting for someone else to give you. And do you know what happens when you do this? You start to attract people and opportunities that align with your highest self. You stop settling for crumbs because you've realized you deserve the whole feast. You stop chasing people who don't see your worth because you've finally seen it for yourself. This doesn't mean you'll never feel insecure again. Doubts will come, but the difference is you'll no longer let them control you. You'll acknowledge them, thank them for showing up, and keep moving forward anyway. I believe, and I know this is true, that with the right tools, doubts will fly away. Imagine a life where you're free from the weight of others' opinions. Imagine waking up every day knowing that your worth isn't up for debate. That's what's waiting for you on the other side of this work. So stop looking outward for something you can only find within. Stop waiting for permission to shine. Stop asking, am I enough? You already are. It's in. Focus on growth. Let's dive into one of the most transformative mindsets you can adopt, focusing on growth. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain, gazing up at the peak. That mountain represents your potential, your dreams, and your aspirations. The only way to reach the summit is to start climbing. But here's the catch. The climb will be challenging, filled with obstacles, and sometimes it may feel easier to turn back. But when you commit to growth, you embrace the climb, knowing it's part of the journey. Focusing on growth means shifting your mindset from fixed to growth-oriented. A fixed mindset believes that your abilities are set in stone, that your talents, intelligence, and potential are predetermined and unchangeable. But a growth mindset, that's where the magic happens. It embraces challenges, welcomes feedback, and sees failure not as the end, but as an opportunity to learn. You've got to start viewing every experience, good or bad, as a stepping stone. Every setback is just a setup for a comeback. When you stumble, don't dwell on the fall. Focus on what you can learn from it. Ask yourself, what can I take away from this experience? How can I do better next time? This mentality will propel you forward and cultivate resilience. When you embrace growth, you cultivate curiosity. You start to ask questions. You seek knowledge. You immerse yourself in new experiences. Instead of fearing the unknown, you view it as an adventure. Every new skill you acquire, every book you read, every conversation you have adds to your arsenal. You become a lifelong learner, and that's a powerful identity to own. But let's be real, embracing growth isn't always easy. It requires stepping out of your comfort zone. It means trying things that scare you, that challenge you, that make your heart race. But growth never happens in the comfort zone. If you want to expand your life, you've got to expand your comfort zone. And this is even more true in the business world. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you're sending a powerful message to yourself. I am capable of more. And with each step you take, you'll find that you become more resilient. You'll begin to embrace discomfort as a sign that you're moving in the right direction. Discomfort is where the magic lies. It's where growth happens. Another key aspect of focusing on growth is embracing feedback. Many people fear feedback because they associate it with criticism. But here's the truth. Feedback is a gift. It's information. It's a chance to improve and grow. When you receive feedback, don't take it personally. Instead, view it as an opportunity to learn and evolve. Ask yourself, what can I take from this to enhance my skills? When you focus on growth, you also start to celebrate progress, not perfection. Progress is about taking one step after another. It's about recognizing the small wins along the way. Maybe you didn't achieve your ultimate goal today, but did you learn something valuable? Did you push yourself a little further than yesterday? That's progress worth celebrating. As you commit to growth, you'll also begin to surround yourself with other growth-minded individuals. You'll seek out people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your journey. These are the people who lift you up when you're feeling down, who encourage you when you want to give up, and who celebrate your victories, big and small. And here's the beautiful part. As you grow, you'll begin to inspire others to grow as well. Your journey becomes a beacon of light, showing others what's possible. You'll create a ripple effect, igniting growth, not just in yourself, but in everyone around you. So remember who your friends are out there. Remember why your actions matter. So today, I challenge you to assess your current mindset. Are you fixed in your beliefs about your abilities? Or are you open to the endless possibilities that come with a growth mindset? Embrace the climb, take ownership of your journey, and commit to growth every single day. When you focus on growth, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the world. You're showing others what's possible when you embrace the power within you. So climb that mountain, chase that peak. You've got this, and the world is waiting for you at the summit. Climbing, climbing, climbing. Detach emotionally. Let's talk about one of the most liberating skills you can develop, emotional detachment. Now, I know the term can sound a bit harsh. Detachment often gets a bad rap as if it means shutting down or being cold. But let me clarify what I mean. Emotional detachment is about freeing yourself from the emotional weight that comes from outside influences, especially from toxic individuals like narcissists. It's about finding your center and holding your ground amidst the chaos. Imagine being in the eye of a storm. Outside, everything is swirling, but in that eye, there's peace. That's the kind of emotional detachment I'm talking about. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you refuse to let someone else's drama dictate your emotional state. You recognize that their feelings, their actions, and their judgments are reflections of them, not you. When you detach emotionally, you take back control of your energy. You no longer allow someone's anger, criticism, or negativity to disrupt your peace. Instead, you create a buffer around yourself, so when they try to pull you into their emotional whirlpool, you can stay grounded and centered. This doesn't mean you become apathetic. You still feel compassion and empathy. You just don't let it overwhelm you. Start by recognizing that everyone has their own emotional landscape. People are struggling with their issues, their insecurities, their fears. Often, when they lash out, it's not about you. It's a reflection of their internal turmoil. When you view it this way, it becomes easier to detach. You stop taking things personally and start seeing the bigger picture. Emotional detachment also means setting boundaries around how much emotional energy you invest in others. It's recognizing that your emotional bandwidth is valuable. You want to reserve that energy for people who uplift you, support you, and challenge you to be your best self. That's where your energy is best spent. A powerful tool for emotional detachment is mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, you learn to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you experience emotional upheaval, perhaps from a narcissist trying to provoke a reaction, you can pause, take a deep breath, and assess the situation without being swept away by your emotions. In those moments, ask yourself, what is mine and what is theirs? Recognize that their anger, their frustration, their drama does not belong to you. You can empathize, but you don't have to absorb their energy. You have the power to choose how you respond. Above, live the creator, below, live the enemy. It's also important to develop a strong sense of self-worth that is independent of others' opinions. When you truly know your value, you're less likely to be swayed by someone trying to manipulate you emotionally. You stand firm in your truth, recognizing that their perceptions don't define you. When you detach emotionally, you also become a better communicator. Instead of reacting out of anger or frustration, you can respond with clarity and intention. You're able to express your thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them. This clarity fosters healthier conversations and helps you maintain your composure even in challenging situations. This is none ever really done before, so I did it too, magically. And let's not forget about self-care. Prioritize your well-being. Engage in activities that recharge your spirit. Whether it's spending time in nature, meditating, exercising, or pursuing hobbies that bring you joy, the more you nurture yourself, the stronger your emotional resilience becomes. Detaching emotionally also gives you the freedom to walk away from toxic situations without guilt. You recognize that your peace of mind is worth more than trying to fix someone else's problems. If a relationship is draining you, or if someone is persistently bringing negativity into your life, you have every right to create distance. As you practice emotional detachment, you'll find that you are able to approach life's challenges with greater equanimity. You become less reactive and more responsive, allowing you to navigate life with confidence and grace. So today, I challenge you to take stock of your emotional attachments. Are there people or situations draining your energy? Practice observing without absorbing. Create that buffer. Cultivate mindfulness. And above all, prioritize your peace. Emotional detachment isn't about closing yourself off. It's about opening up to a life where you choose how to respond rather than react. It's about reclaiming your energy and living a life that aligns with your true self. Rise above their games. Let's get real about something that happens all too often in our lives. People play games. Whether it's manipulation, guilt tripping, or emotional blackmail, narcissists and toxic individuals love to keep us in a cycle of confusion and self-doubt. They thrive on drama, control, and chaos, and if we're not careful, we can find ourselves trapped in their games. But today, I'm here to tell you that you have the power to rise above their games, to break free and to reclaim your narrative. First, it's crucial to recognize the game for what it is. Awareness is your first line of defense. When someone is trying to manipulate you, whether through gaslighting, blame shifting, or emotional withdrawal, it's essential to see those tactics for what they are. Understand that these behaviors are not a reflection of your worth, but a reflection of their insecurities and need for control. Once you see the game, you can choose to step out of it. Instead of engaging with their tactics, you can take a moment to pause and assess the situation. Don't react impulsively. Instead, respond with intention. Ask yourself, what is this person trying to achieve? How can I maintain my integrity and peace while dealing with this? Rising above their games also means refusing to play along. If someone is trying to pull you into an argument or provoke a reaction, take a breath and disengage. You have the power to walk away from the drama. It might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to engaging in conflict or trying to prove your point. But remember, you're not here to prove yourself to anyone. You're here to live authentically and honor your truth. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is a key strategy for rising above games. When you clearly communicate what behaviors are unacceptable, you set the stage for healthier interactions. If someone crosses that boundary, you have every right to remind them of it or to remove yourself from the situation. This isn't about being rude. It's about standing firm in your values and protecting your emotional space. It's time to irritate narcissists. Good evening, friends. Let me ask you something. How long have you been playing small? How long have you let someone else's inflated ego dictate the boundaries of your potential? How long have you allowed their need to shine to dim your light? Today, that stops. Today, you step into your power. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because you are powerful. The future wants. We've all encountered narcissists, people who believe the world revolves around their needs, their opinions, their success. They thrive on control, on keeping you second-guessing yourself, and on making you feel small so they can feel big. But let me tell you something. They only win if you let them, and you're not going to let them anymore. You see, the greatest irritation for a narcissist is not confrontation. It's not arguing or begging for their validation. The greatest irritation is when you take control of your life, when you rise above their games, and when you stop seeking permission to be exactly who you are. You're not here to live in someone else's shadow. You're not here to waste time proving your worth to people who are too self-absorbed to see it. You are here to live boldly, unapologetically, and with a fire so bright that no one, not even a narcissist, can dim it. So today, you reclaim your power. You stop explaining yourself to those who refuse to understand. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. And you start living as the powerful, confident, unstoppable force you were born to be. Here's the truth. You can't control how others perceive you, but you can control how you show up. So show up like you mean it. Show up with courage. Show up with authenticity. Show up with a commitment to live your life on your terms. Because when you do, you don't just irritate narcissists, you inspire yourself and you inspire the world. It's time to take the stage, my friends. It's time to irritate those who doubted you by proving them wrong with your unstoppable growth, your relentless determination, and your unshakable joy. It's time to live free. Let's go. Set boundaries. Establish clear lines that protect your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Boundaries are your shield against manipulation. Boundaries are your shield against manipulation. Stop seeking validation. You don't need anyone's permission to be great. Trust yourself and your vision. Focus on growth. Turn your energy inward. Focus on personal development, building skills, and becoming the best version of yourself. Detach emotionally. Don't let a narcissist's behavior affect your peace. Their opinion is a reflection of them, not you. Rise above their games. Narcissists thrive on drama. Refuse to play. Stay calm, composed, and focused on your goals. Shine bright anyway. The best way to irritate anyone who underestimates you is by succeeding wildly. Let your success speak louder than any words ever could. Reclaim your power. You know what stops most people? They forget the truth. They forget they already have the power within them. Society, family, or even someone's toxic behavior convinces them they're not enough, that they're missing something. But that's a lie. You're not broken. You're not lacking. You're complete right here, right now. The only thing missing is your belief in that truth. Your behavior is only waiting for you to change. Actually, all you've got to do, when you wake up to the fact that no one owns you, no boss, no partner, no parent, no friend, you unlock something unstoppable. You stop seeking permission and start creating results. But let me tell you, this isn't something that happens passively. You have to claim it. You have to fight for it. Because life isn't going to just hand you the keys to freedom. You've got to grab them. Now, power isn't about control over others. That's a weak form of power, one built on insecurity. Real power is quiet. It's focused. It's knowing who you are so deeply that nothing outside you can shake it. That's the power I'm talking about reclaiming today. What does reclaiming your power look like? It means no longer apologizing for your dreams. It means no longer dimming your light to make someone else comfortable. It's walking into every room with the belief that you belong there, not because someone allowed it, but because you decided it. Too often we give our power away by saying yes when we mean no. We do it to avoid conflict, to make others happy, to keep the peace. But let me tell you something. Peace at the expense of your authenticity is no peace at all. Every time you betray yourself to make someone else happy, you lose a little more of who you are. But reclaiming your power means honoring your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It means standing firm, even when others push back. It's knowing that your value isn't tied to how much you please others, but to how much you honor yourself. And here's the thing, when you reclaim your power, some people won't like it. That's okay. Their discomfort is not your burden. The people who truly care about you will celebrate your growth, not resent it. You might think, but what if I lose people? And my answer is good. If someone only stays in your life when you're small, they were never meant to walk with you when you're big. Let them go. Make space for people who align with the highest version of you. Reclaiming your power isn't just a decision, it's a practice. Every day you're going to have moments where you can either shrink or rise. Choose to rise. Every time you do, you strengthen that muscle, and over time it becomes unshakable. You know, when you own your power, you stop being a victim of circumstance. You stop blaming the past, the economy, your parents, or that one person who hurt you. You realize the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the action you take today. Keep up the good work. This was years ago, by the way. And don't you dare think this means you have to go it alone. Power doesn't mean isolation. It means partnership with people who lift you higher. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, who inspire you, who remind you of what you're capable of. Reclaiming your power is the greatest gift you can give yourself. It's the foundation of everything, your confidence, your happiness, your success. And once you own it, no one can take it from you. Now it's your turn. What are you waiting for? Stand up, claim it, feel it, live it, set boundaries. Let me ask you this. How many times have you said yes when every fiber of your being wanted to scream no? How many times have you let someone overstep just to keep the peace? We all do it at some point, but let me tell you, my friend, those moments are costing you more than you realize. They're costing you energy, they're costing you confidence, and most of all, they're costing you your freedom. Boundaries are not walls, they're bridges. They don't isolate you, they protect you. They protect your energy, your values, and your peace of mind. And here's the kicker. Boundaries aren't for other people, they're for you. They're not about controlling what others do. They're about defining what you will allow in your life. Some people will tell you that setting boundaries is selfish. And you know what? They're right. It is selfish, but in the best way possible. Because if you don't take care of yourself, who will? If you don't guard your energy, how can you give your best to the people who matter most? Setting boundaries starts with one thing, clarity. You got to get clear on what matters to you. What are your non-negotiables? What behaviors, actions, or words are unacceptable in your life? Because if you don't know, how can you expect anyone else to? Once you're clear, the next step is communication. And this is where most people get stuck. They're afraid of upsetting others. They're afraid of conflict. But let me tell you something. The discomfort of setting a boundary is nothing compared to the pain of constantly betraying yourself. What I mean by this is, whether you're in leadership position, when you set a boundary, you're teaching people how to treat you. You're saying, I value myself enough to require respect. And yes, some people will push back. Some will get angry. That's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them. People who benefit from you having no boundaries are the ones most likely to resist when you start enforcing them. But here's the magic. When you stand firm, something incredible happens. You start attracting people who respect you, who honor your boundaries, who lift you higher. And the ones who don't, they'll fall away. Let them. You're making space for better. Boundaries are also about self-respect. They're about recognizing that your time, energy, and peace are valuable. You know, every time you set a boundary, you're saying, I matter, my needs matter, my dreams matter. And it's not selfish, it's necessary. And you might be thinking, but what if they don't listen? Here's the truth. You can't control how others react, but you can control how you respond. If someone refuses to respect your boundaries, that's your cue to reevaluate their role in your life. Because love, respect, and friendship are not one-way streets. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to others, they're about saying yes to yourself. Yes to your goals, yes to your peace, yes to the life you deserve, and that's a yes worth fighting for. This isn't easy work. It takes courage, it takes practice, but every time you enforce a boundary, you're taking one more step toward the life you were meant to live. And here's the best part. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Uh, Imagine a life where you wake up every day feeling free, respected, and energized. That's what boundaries give you. They give you the freedom to be fully, unapologetically you. And that, my friend, is a freedom worth fighting for. So today I challenge you. Where in your life do you need stronger boundaries? Where are you saying yes when you need to say no? Get clear, get honest, and start making the changes you know you need to make. Stop seeking validation. Let me tell you something. Too many people live their lives like they're on a stage, waiting for applause that might never come. They hustle, they bend over backward, they wear themselves out just to hear someone say, "You're enough." But here's the truth. Validation is a dangerous drug. The more you chase it, the more power you give away, and the more you forget that the only validation you truly need is your own. And then need. Why do we do it? Why do we care so much about what others think? It's because somewhere along the way we learned to tie our worth to external approval. Maybe it was a parent who was hard to please. Maybe it was a teacher who made us feel small. Maybe it was society whispering, "You'll only matter if you're successful, beautiful, or popular." But let me tell you, that's a lie. Your worth isn't something anyone can give you because it's not theirs to give. It's already inside you. You were born worthy. Nothing you achieve will make you more valuable, and nothing you fail at will make you less. The sooner you internalize that truth, the sooner you're free.